And we are live today from the Outer Rim in what is another sensational day here at Urza's Holotable Hall. How are you guys doing? And yes, we are back with another teaser from our community manager, SB Crumb, that was quickly cracked open in about 35 minutes time total on the official forum by a user called Newer Shadow. We've got a quote here to analyze and a scene to look at. Does this mean Darkside Bastie, Darth Malak, or are we already at Darkside Revan? Let's delve deep in and find out what this all means for those glorious holotables. So strap yourself in for some more pure, unadulterated speculation after the break. Let's hit it. So for those of you that are just tuning in, we had a post go up on the official forum at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. On the official forums, it was a post from SB Crumb, our community manager, and it looks to be another one of his puzzles slash ciphers slash, brain teasers to give you kind of clue of what's coming out in the future of this game. Being that I work in marketing in my professional life, I'm very familiar with hex colors. Those are basically just kind of like a different code you can input to get a very specific color. So I saw the post come out. I immediately plugged it in to this graphic into Photoshop, and I used the color selector tool, and it gave me the hex codes. But while I was doing that, I quickly looked at it. I couldn't figure it out basically immediately. So I said, you know what? I'm going to let the smart people over at Reddit and on the official forums figure this out for me. Grabbed the kids, went and got lunch, came back, and in 35 minutes, this was already cracked. So, Crumb, my brother, you got to step it up, man. These got a lot of smart people out there, man. They're chomping at the bit for stuff like this. So, anyways, as I mentioned, it was cracked really quickly by a user on the official forums named Newer Shadow. He says it's a nihilist cipher. The cipher text is, the key is Gen. The message is, what greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? And it's a Bastie LaShawn quote. So, for those of you that didn't play KOTOR, this is basically a scene from the game, and we'll look at the scene here in a second, in which they ultimately reveal that you've been playing this anonymous character the whole time, and you're trying to figure yourself out, and you ultimately are revealed to have been Revan with just memory loss. So I hadn't seen the scene since I played the original game all those years ago, so it was kind of cool to go back and look at it again and go, oh yeah, I remember this. This was awesome. So we'll look at the scene here. I'll go ahead and play it. I won't do it in entirety because it's like a 5-minute scene, but I will put it up and we'll play it here and we'll talk about it. So basically what's happening in this scene is you've got a full recount of everything you've done in the game to this point, the characters you've interacted with, the choices you've made, and they're all kind of piecing it together that you are ultimately Revan. And then you're going to have the quote here from Bastie in just a sec. It's going to say, what greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? And what's happening in this scene prior to the flashback footage that you're seeing here is that you have a confrontation with Darth Malak, who is one of the main bad guys in the original Knights of the Old Republic, and you ultimately face him at the end of the game. So this could be indication that we may see a Darth Malak. It could be indication that we may see a Darkside Bastie, which would be amazing. That would be super cool. Or it could be that we are already at Darkside Revan. You can see the footage here. This is the moment in the game. I hadn't seen this in almost 15 years or whatever. When you are revealed to be Revan and the mask comes off, and it's this huge climaxing just a moment, and man, this was some of the best Star Wars stuff outside of the original trilogy in this game. So yeah, very interesting that we are already talking about Darkside Revan, or it could be Darth Malak. Honestly, I think for me, I would prefer to see Malak or a Darkside Bastie. The Revan stuff, we've had so much of it recently. I don't know if it would have the same amount of impact, and I think you have a lot of Sith fanboys, and I think the Sith are super cool, that they went all in and put their resources toward a light side Revan, and to have a dark side Revan, something what most people really wanted. They wanted the dark side variant as opposed to the light side version. I think that would disappoint a lot of people to have to already be there and have to make choices around resources for a dark side Revan. So I'm going to bank on Malak or a dark side Bastila. And, you know, that helps build out a dark side roster for, you know, dark side Revan when he ultimately does come. I just think it's too soon. But again, this cutscene in particular is all about dark side Revan. So very interesting stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. I know this is a little bit shorter video, but I wanted to be quick and get it out as fast as I could. Let me know, are you guys thinking dark side Bastie, Revan, dark side Revan, or is it going to be Malak? Very interesting stuff, guys. Lastly, we don't have any birthday shout-outs since we took care of them all last night. But before I sign off, a gentle reminder to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below, or consider showing your support via my Patreon like my man, Italian Stallion. If you are enjoying my content and want to keep the neon lit over at the Holotable Hall, do hit that like and subscribe. And if you've got an upcoming birthday or a game changer request, why don't you swing on by Urz's Holotable Hall Discord server and let me know. It's your ultimate social hub for Galaxy of Heroes. It's dressed to impress, and the Twi'leks always drink free. Stop on by, say hi, ladies are welcome. The synthwave is always cranked. The neon is always lit. And the holotables, baby, the holotables are hot. Red